we're gonna put a carbon spoiler on it. I got a M2 CS style rear carbon spoiler to go on here. So we're gonna pull off the standard one. And to do that, it's been parked in the sun, it's hot, it's Australia. You can use a heat gun if you're in somewhere cold. And we're gonna start pulling it up. So I've got a couple different pry tools, and it's gonna be trying to really keep it off the paint and just go along and see if we can get it to come up. And yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up nicely. So we probably just go along and pull it, and then pry and pull and pry and pull. So it kind of gets to a point and then kind of releases. So it's just a bit of steady tension. And it's pretty warm. Like I said, it's actually hot to the touch right now. Even just from being parked out in the sun. If it was a darker car, it'd be even hotter. So we'll just go slow and steady all the way along. Spoiler's off, so the glue here is, well, the tape, sorry, is nice and warm, so we can roll a lot of it up with our thumbs, so RIP thumbs, and then we'll just wrap this up and put it into storage. So, all right, now we just worn our thumbs away, rolling off a lot of the old glue, and then we've got this left. Now, to get rid of that, we've got a caramel wheel. So what that is, that's a auto body trick. You put on a drill, grab it. So it's like a rubber wheel, call it caramel wheel because it smells like caramel. And you just put it on without burning the paint, keep it moving, and you'll take it all off. There we go, that's stripping it right back. So we'll get all nice clean surface to apply the new one. That's one pass. Most of it came off. Go over, touch up the little spots where it missed. But yeah, that's way faster than any chemical stuff, that's for sure. There we go. Now we'll just wipe over that with the microfiber and some cleaning stuff, and that'll get rid of every last little bit. I'm just going over with some of this stuff. This is an old bottle, I don't know if you can still buy this, of a Meguiar's paint cleaner. Just a little bit on the cloth, because that, I always found this stuff is so good for getting like marks on bumpers off, and just marks off the paint without being a solvent. Now it's kind of a prep for waxing, so it really cleans the paint well. There we go. Rough that off. That is pretty clean now. So I got there's a few lines there from the caramel wheel, but actually I think it's mostly just from where I haven't been able to get this. Yeah, it's just like the edge of where the old spoiler was. There's like a bit of a paint line if you just look in the glare, but really that's all going to be covered up in a minute anyway by the new one. So I'm just trying to get it as clean as possible, and then we'll give it a wipe down with some alcohol just so it's really clean, and then it'll ow, kick the exhaust, ouch. Yeah, then it'll stick real well. So we want the best chance of sticking. Okay, I just got a wax and grease remover, so I'm just going to wipe it down with that over the area where the spoiler is going to be adhered, just to make sure it bonds well. Okay, it'll be dried off in 2 seconds, and we'll get the spoiler ready now. We're gonna get some masking tape, kind of measure up and see where it's going to sit. That is our CS style rear wing, so rear lip. So it's got double-sided tape on it. I'm going to put a bit more on it because it's just, there's a lot more area there, so I might as well make the most of it and stick it on. Now, measuring it up, now there's a, just gently on there, there's a place where it kind of naturally just wants to sit as far as the curve of the back, so you want to kind of find that point. And then we'll just have a look here, a couple millimeters here. Ooh, that's very even there. And that's about it. So now, how are we going to get this to line up? We're going to get it in this position and start pulling a corner, and then we'll just continue pulling it along as we kind of push it down. Pretty nice fit there. But I'm going to get some masking tape, and just so we have a reference point, mask off where it kind of starts and where it kind of finishes. All right, we put an extra bit of double-sided tape through the middle, and I've just marked kind of on the edge of where the tip starts so we can get it fairly centered up from the get-go. So to do this, we are going to get the ends peeled off, because there's nothing we can really do about that. And then we'll get one end started and hanging out, and we'll just peel it back as we push it along, which is kind of a nice little way to do it. All right, we'll start on this end. So we're going to make basically pull the 3 layers out, almost like making little tags. See, there's one. Two. And this one go the other way. Okay, now we're going to try to line that up best we can. Probably best to line up on the other side, because that's where the tape isn't. Just a little bit of tape on the very tip. Okay, how are we looking here? Okay, now we're going to go, I'm going to call that even. Now we're going to go and pull these bits of tape out and then push it down as we go. Slow it down. There we go.
Easy now.
There we go. That's all pushed down. Yeah, we got to hold it down. There we go. So we got little bits of stuff there to get rid of. Remove the masking tape, and that's it. That is, you want to hold this down for a couple minutes. Keep pressing along. But that's a nice fitment. So I got this from an Australian distributor called Zero Offset. And it's not an over-the-top one. It's a pretty good replica of the original. I didn't want to spend the money and get a very expensive M2 CS wing. But yeah, that's the one I wanted. That looks good, huh? That looks really good. And our gaps are good. Very little gap there, and we got matching here. That fits in the back, so it's all matching the contour of the boot. Done.